And then for snacks, we did apples with cinnamon, squeeze pouch, toasted waffles with mashed berries, almond butter, like I had talked about, maybe some hard-boiled eggs. So it's just about kind of switching it up and making it so you're not bored throughout the week. So that's your mix and match. And then this is my kind of pimp your plate. So this is how, like, the biggest question I get is, well, I don't want to eat the same thing all week. It's going to be boring. So that's where I kind of have this little station set up for you guys to take a look. Spices, seasonings, and sauces are going to mix it up. So I like to use that Carolina Gold barbecue sauce. I get that from Trader Joe's. Anything from Trader Joe's I've found you can buy on Amazon. So if you don't make it out to Pittsburgh very often, Amazon is a good spot to get their stuff. So the Carolina Gold is really good. Otherwise, just mixing it up in, like, you know, if I'm having the ground beef with rice and mixed vegetables, I might use that Tessemae's Ranch today, and tomorrow I could use the barbecue sauce, and it's completely different. But really, like, personally, I'm okay with eating the same thing all week because I don't want to spend the whole day in the kitchen. So it's your own preference, but that's how I make it easy. So that's kind of just how I mix it up. And then the rest of it is just different ways of cooking, and you'll kind of see that. Different ways to cook chicken, so grilling, baking, cooking in the slow cooker, stuff like that. And then ground beef, you can do just doing like different textures, so maybe doing a hamburger, doing just the ground beef, maybe some meatballs, and then chicken, you could do chicken sausages, you could do, like I said, grilled chicken baked in the crock pot, stuff like that. Your veggies, you can blanch them, grill them, saute them. Just making sure every week you're kind of mixing it up so you're not eating the same roasted broccoli every single week. Or chicken sausage every single week, you know, like you can only eat so much sausage. So kind of just mixing it up and good ideas for that. And that's it. That's all I got. I did, as far as like this goes, I did bring in, like I said, a few examples. So this is the broccoli I buy. You can get this at Wegmans or Costco. I usually just split up like these chunks, the big ones, into smaller bite-sized pieces. These are kind of more like no prep, meal prep, so if you need to save some time, I keep these things on hand in the freezer. These are the chicken sausages that I use. I get these from Costco. They're all natural, no antibiotics, no artificial ingredients, no nitrates, blah, 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 all the good stuff. So these are frozen. If you go to Costco, I get a whole bunch of these and keep them in the freezer, so you don't have to go out there all the time. These you can get at Wegmans. These are kind of more breakfast sausage. They have pork and chicken. This Applegate Farms, they're a really good, high-quality option. So they are humanely raised, which is really important because anything that the animals are getting, if they're not happy, that inflammation you're getting in your own body. So the humanely raised is a really good seal to look for. These are some other no prep, meal prep options. I found these at Wegmans. These are sweet potato toasts. So basically you're going to take it and stick it in your toaster, and then you can top it with whatever you want. Some people do, I've seen like almond butter with bananas for more of like a breakfast sweet potato toast. They have like avocados and stuff on them on here, like an avocado toast and stuff like that. So those I thought were a pretty good option to have on hand.
Where are those?
Like right by the french fries, like all the potato area. They're a little hidden, but they're there.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
A healthier choice.
Yep. And then Wegmans also has steamable rice. So they have this one in organic, and these ones are frozen. So I prefer the frozen over the one in like the rice aisle. That one kind of has like a chemical-y taste to it. The frozen one's really good. Tastes like you just cooked some rice. So I keep these on hand because, again, I'm cooking for 3 grown adults and my almost 5-year-old, so it's a lot of food. So I keep these on hand for when we run out. And then same with frozen potatoes. These ones particularly are from Trader Joe's, but Wegmans has now started carrying their own frozen potatoes, and they are seasoned and oiled already. So they have olive oil and then rosemary. They have 3 different kinds. I think they have a Mediterranean one and then that rosemary one, and they're really, really good. I just didn't have any on hand to bring with me. And then as far as oils, I like to use for cooking avocado oil. You don't really want to use olive oil for cooking. It damages the oil. But avocado oil is really good, it doesn't have a flavor. And then I got this coconut oil spray at Wegmans as well. And I like to use that instead of like a PAM because you want to get away from canola and vegetable oils. But otherwise, if you are going to get like olive oil, it's really good for making your own dressings and stuff. And it's really good, you do want to be ingesting olive oil, it's really good for you. Other meal prep options are like frozen vegetables are a really good option to have on hand. Frozen cauliflower is really good, you can just throw it in the oven and roast it up. I'm trying to think what else I've seen there. They're coming out with a lot more other things. Oh, Wegmans has the little pouches of fresh steamable vegetables. So they have like sugar snap peas, green beans, I don't know, like broccoli and stuff like that. They're nice to have on hand just in case you haven't gone through all of the work. Or if it's a Sunday and you're like, crap, I only have like half an hour to get all this stuff done, like throw some stuff in the microwave. You know, like make it as easy as you can. No one says you have to like suffer through cooking everything. Yeah.
So I always get worried about that because it's in that plastic
Yeah.
container and it just seems like it's not.
Yeah, so like I had said, we try to get away from the plastic. We don't want to warm plastic up as much as we can. But we also do, like, if it comes down to eating vegetables or not, we want to go with eating the vegetables. Some of the most healthy people I know that have gone through like hormonal imbalances and had kind of like these sort of issues, they still will say, if it comes down to it, use the steamable stuff. Because otherwise, what are you doing if you're not? You're either not going to eat, or you're going to eat, something else, waffles and syrup, I don't know. Which is not like, it's not bad, we don't really want to label food as good or bad, but it's not ideal. So if it comes down to it, I like to have them on hand as just something just to have. Some of those frozen vegetables that I have seen at Wegmans, I just bought some, and they actually are not steamable. It says do not microwave, but instead like saute them or roast them. So it's not, it's convenient just to have them because they'll stick in your freezer in case you don't have anything, but you're not necessarily going to warm them up in the microwave.
I have a microwavable, it's a vegetable cooker.
Yeah.
And you can just throw the vegetables in there.
Perfect.
It takes like 5
Sure.
to 10 minutes
Yeah.
depending on the vegetable.
Yeah.
And I usually just start it when I'm starting everything else.
That's perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. I like to say, we like to see 500 to 600 grams of vegetables a day, personally for my clients. So it's about 1.5 to 2 cups of vegetables 3 times a day. So I eat vegetables breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So when I say when you're splitting it up, we like to see about 200, and that's why I like a scale. So you're not, scooping and measuring and whatever. You can just stick your container right on the scale, measure out 200 grams. So 150 to 200 grams. 200 grams can be a lot. It's 2 cups of vegetables, so it's a lot of food. And then 4 to 6 ounces of meat or protein 3 times a day, because your protein's going to vary depending on your body and what your goals are. And then as far as carbs, I go for around 100 grams per meal. So it's about 300 grams per day, and again, that depends on you. And then as far as vegetables, we do about 300 grams per day, so it's about 3 cups per day, a cup per meal. So if you have like an apple with breakfast and then maybe some berries with lunch and then, I don't know, some fruit after dinner or something. Yeah, and that is all listed out in that kind of booklet. And so you guys all gave me your email. I have that electronically, so what I'll do after this is I will email you, hopefully everyone will get it.
Yeah.
I will email you the electronic copy of that so you can have it with you and kind of go through it. And then it will also have like a follow-up survey, just kind of some feedback about what you learned and what we went over. Do you guys have any questions? You're so quiet compared to the last one.
Well, they all knew you at the last
Yeah.
one too.
And I missed the beginning, so. What are collagen peptides?
Collagen peptides, they are a form of like a protein powder. So collagen is basically like what your body's made up of. When you think of like, people go for like collagen fillers. So it's more, I like to think of it as like healing from the inside out. It's really good for your gut health, it's really good for your joints, your hair, your nails, and your skin. And it's a really solid source of protein that doesn't have any dairy in it. So I will put a scoop of it like in my coffee in the morning and stick it in the blender. And it's unflavored. It's just a powder and it mixes in really well.
Where do you get it from?
So my favorite spot to get them, it's online. So it's called Zoe Nutrition. It's ZHOU, I believe, or it's ZOUH. Let me check, I don't want to give you the wrong information. They have really high quality products. They have really high quality supplements. Let me find out. So their collagen comes from grass-fed, grass-finished, sustainably raised, humanely raised cows. Yep, so it's Zoe, ZHOU. And theirs are very reasonably priced. Even the rest of their supplements, as far as like, they have a whole bunch, I think they have like vitamin D supplement that I take as well, and they have magnesium, a couple other ones, but they have really good high quality stuff for a really reasonable price. Wegmans does have collagen peptides, they're very expensive. It's a good company that they carry, but it's very expensive. So I would recommend getting it online, it only takes a
And
minute.
then you can use like the regular protein powder, because they have some recipes that are for like, smoothies. you know,
Sure.
For breakfast, and they,
Yeah.
you put bananas and.
Yep, I would add it, because it is unflavored, I would add it into something, like a smoothie or coffee or a frozen drink. Some people will make like protein balls with them or stuff like that, which is fine, but I wouldn't, they're unflavored, so they're kind of like, you don't want to just like shake it up with some water like you would like a chocolate protein powder. But they are a really good option for someone that struggles with like dairy, or like whey protein, anything like that, because they don't have that in it. And they are really good for like your, like I said, your stomach, your gut health, and just healing in general. Collagen peptides are really good. Anything else? The speaker's making noise up here though. Maybe it's a vent.
It's so loud in this.
It is, yeah.
You guys should try some of this stuff. Should let us try it last time. It's good.
Yeah, so I brought like the seasonings and cream cheese. So my like business mentor, my coach actually recommended that. She's like, bring it in like one of those stores, you go in with like the pretzels and the mustards and all the dips. So she's like, bring in, so to try this, I'm like, well, how do you try a seasoning? Like you don't want to just like, So we have cream cheese, so like cracker and cream cheese and seasoning so that you can kind of try the different spices. So I do have, 2 of them are from Trader Joe's, the Everything But the Bagel and then the Chili Lime. They're both from Trader Joe's. Again, you can get those both online. And then the other ones are from Flavor God. So Flavor God is an online company as well, and they make all seasonings. So the ones I have over there are pizza and nacho. They have any seasoning you could possibly think of. They have, ranch, Italian, garlic lovers. Everything is my favorite, so it's like all the seasonings in one. And then they have some sweet ones. They have a buttery cinnamon roll and a chocolate donut. I put those ones on my coffee. Yeah, they're really good. Or like on your cereal or yogurt. It's just like a sweetness without it being like overpowering. Yeah, so those are some good stuff.
Does that have sweetener in it, or?
They do have a little bit, but it's not like if you were gonna buy like the cinnamon sugar,
Yeah.
So it's not like that, but it does have a little bit of a sweetness to